Yarina.
Hi, Yarina, sorry. And your daughter?
My name is Yarina and Irina. It's very similar.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Now I get it. I'm Shira. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So I'm a journalist for Haaretz. It's a newspaper in Israel. And I cover education here in Israel.
Okay.
And I wanted to speak to teachers in Ukraine to hear a little bit about the situation and how you do your work these crazy days. You want to translate, Irina? Or you understand me?
I think mother understood.
Yes.
Yeah.
My English
okay.
is yes.
Yeah.
So maybe you want to start with where are you right now and a little bit.
I'm sorry. Internet connection is bad. Can you repeat?
Yes, I said maybe, Irina, maybe you can start from telling me about where are you right now and about your job as a teacher before the war started. Like, what were you teaching? Which age?
Okay. Зараз і до цього.
Зараз ми знаходимося недалеко від Києва, але вся наша команда знаходиться в Карпатах у безпечному місці. Частина нашої команди знаходиться в Карпатах в безпечному місці в високогірному селі.
So right now we are located not so far away from Kyiv, but all our team, our school team, our teachers, they are in Carpathian Mountains in a house. It's a safe house located far away from the Russian border on the west of Ukraine. So they are totally safe. They have a good internet connection.
Але одночасно частина наших викладачів знаходиться в дуже гарячих точках, недалеко від Харкова, в Житомирі, і сьогодні вони теж підтверджені ракетно-бомбовим ударам.
But some of our teachers, they are located in some hotspots like Kharkiv, Zhytomyr, and they work under bombing, under shelling of cities in bomb shelters. So some of our teams in a safe place and others they in a hotspot.
Частина наших викладачів весь час переміщується з одного місця в інше, тому що зараз така ситуація, що прихистку шукають в одному місці, а потім їдуть далі, і вони весь час переміщуються. І частина команди в нас вже знаходиться в Європі.
And part of our team members, they forced to move along country because they need to fleeing from the conflict, from the war, from the main hotspots. So sometimes some of our teachers just move away, and some of them are currently in Europe right now. So in a conclusion, our team members located in a different part of Ukraine and even some in Europe.
І одна наша викладачка математики англомовної знаходиться в Ізраїлі, Софія Надоленко.
And even one of our teachers is located in Israel, Sofia Nadolenko. She is a math teacher.
So she went to Israel right now?
Yes.
So I'm just not sure I understand. Irina, you are a teacher at school, or what's your job exactly? No one told me.
So my mother, she's a founder of Lyceum, of a school. She's a director and a founder, and she also communicates with children, but she's not a teacher.
So you're the director of school, which is by Kiev or in Kiev? Where is the school located?
It's in Kiev located, and in part of school is have some program in that house in Carpathian Mountains. So it's like a camp.
Boarding school. We have a boarding school in Carpathian region, and are some of our staff now in the our boarding school in Carpathia.
So there is a part of school there, and some teachers went there now to be safe.
Yes.
And is it an elementary school, a high school? What ages are usually in the school?
До війни у нас були 5, 6, 7 класи, але зараз ми відкрили перші класи теж, початкову школу теж.
So before the war, this school was only for 5th, 7th and 6th grades, but right now it's besides of that grades, they opened an elementary school as well.
Ми ми ні на день не припиняли своє навчання з 24 лютого, і 1 березня ми відкрили відкриту платформу для всіх учнів з 1 класу по 9 клас, як слухачів, для того, щоб зробити доступ до освіти.
Since the war has begun, they haven't stopped providing education for children, and they make it free. So children from 1st grade till 9th grade can join the school and listen to different lectures, and it's totally free for them, and they provide different kind of lectures in science, in art, and even psychological assistance.
І саме головне...
Sorry.
І сьогодні в нас і до війни була спеціалізація фізика, математика, астрономія і також mental health. Тобто в нас була це як окремий конкретний предмет mental health. Я це побачила, коли була в Boyer School, математично-мистецькій школі в Єрусалимі, в Ізраїлі, що там дуже сильна складова була mental health. І коли я відкрила свою школу, Науковий ліцей, Міжнародна зелена школа Чурюмова, я від початку в освітню програму ввела mental health. І тепер дуже важливо, що ми можемо тепер це масштабувати і надавати допомогу з mental health для дітей, які мають інтернет, будь-хто може до нас приєднуватися.
Even before the war, they had a mental health program in school. This idea came from Jerusalem school,
Boyer School, math and art school.
Yeah, and and before the war, they had such program in mental health, and the school is specialized on science. And right now, it is very important that they have such an experience before the war, so now they understand how important it is to have and some mental assistance as well as the educational program.
І зараз в нашій програмі ми поєднуємо mental health, навчальні предмети наукового профілю, а також математику і мистецтво, арс, співи традиційні українські, як інструмент укріплення ментального здоров'я і подолання тривоги і посттравм, профілактики посттравми.
So right now, their educational program consists of science, art classes, psychological assistance, even singing classes with traditional Ukrainian songs, and all of that is a tool to cope with stress and to distract children from harsh realities of today's.
Okay, so just a little bit about the situation. Until when school was open regularly, just until the war started, or you closed it before?
Until the war. So basically, it was working the whole time, before and during the war.
And when did you and I guess now it's closed.
No. Ми ні на один день не закривали. Ми не на один день не закривали, тому що ми в онлайні, як лайв-школа, дистанційна школа.
Yeah, this school is used to be an online school. Before the war, it used to be online educational school. They had some
online.
Yes,
online, as a stream, as a live school with the live teachers.
Yeah, so
you don't have it's you don't have a building, like it's always online.
We have, ми мали...
They have some special camps, programs in Carpathian
boarding school,
school, where children go to Carpathian house for 1-2 weeks to study there. But usually they study online, and once per 2 months, maybe once per month, they go to the boarding school in Carpathian Mountains and have some interactive experience.
І також у нас в Києві, коли ми працювали, то в нас 2 дні було офлайн, а інше онлайн.
And in Kiev, they had 2 days offline workshops when they meet and do some special lessons and classes with children.
Math, physics, engineering offline,
robotics offline, but main educational program was online.
As a curriculum, as a standard state curriculum.
Where do the kids? So it's a private school, like it's a very special school, which is okay. And the children alternative. And the children are from Kiev mainly, or from all over the country?
No, from all of the countries, and also from the temporary occupied territory, because there are one of component is the distance education, and we are lyceum. Ми маємо ліцею.
They are licensed by the government, so it's a school, so it's not like an additional education. Children can have fully licensed, fully appropriate education, which is approved by the government.
I get it. Okay, I got it. So this school now, so you continued to teach regularly during the war, like nothing changed.
Yes,
like everything changed, but nothing changed.
Yes, but now this school is free for everyone, and there's only online lessons. They don't have offline workshops, obviously.
Do you know where the children are now? Like, do you know every kid where they are?
Ми знаємо про кожного нашого учня, де вони зараз. Частина з них, на жаль, залишилися в Києві, ми дуже за них хвилюємося. А частина виїхала в безпечні місця, в тому числі в Європу. І зараз ми, ті учні, які в нас, вони зі всієї України, зі всього світу, тому що лише за даними ЮНІСЕФ, більше 1 мільйона дітей виїхало за межі України, їм потрібно навчання.
So they know about everyone. Some of children that used to be in that school before the war, some of them stayed in Kiev, others went to Europe, and right now, after the war began, a lot of children from all over Ukraine has joined this program, and they're located in all possible spots in Ukraine, and some of went abroad because a huge amount of children, about like UNICEF said that it's about 1 million of children who fleeing back Ukraine abroad, and part of them joined this educational program.
І частина наших учнів може заходити на наші уроки просто з одного кліку на смартфон і попадати зразу в наш клас, там на урок математики, української мови, літератури. Ось, і головне мати більш-менш стійкий інтернет.
They try to make this program as easy to access as possible, so children can join lessons from their phones. It's very easy, and they just need to have an internet connection.
І мене дуже зворушливо, прямо до сліз. В нас є уроки з традиційних українських співів. В Україні завжди співали в складні часи, так? І ми проводимо співи спільно з колективом Орелі дитячим із музею Гончара. І ми вчимо веснянки, ті пісні, які співали в Україні весною. І нам батьки прислали відео, коли вони на нашому уроці їдуть в машині за кермом і співають «Ой ти соловейко, раненький, ранейко», закликають весну на нашу землю. І там в машині 3 дітей і мама, які співають, і вони їдуть в більш безпечні місця, тікаючи від війни.
one of the most moving part of the school, some parents sent a video to my mother about from the singing lesson. On that singing lesson, they learn how to sing traditional Ukrainian songs in during the spring. Ukraine have a tradition to sing a special song during the spring when the spring begins. And on that video that parents sent my mother, they were driving in the car during that lesson, singing a song, and they were driving to a safer place from the bombing, from all of that. And there was there were two parents in the car and three children. All of them are singing that song during the lesson, and it was very moving, actually.
І я ніколи не забуду, коли ми опублікували, що в своїх соцмережах, що ми починаємо у відповідь на війну, ми починаємо співати і робити руханки, робити різні вправи для mental health. Мені написали із бомбосховища одна знайома вчителька: у нас тут є своя руханка, ми бігаємо в бомбосховище і назад. Тому для нас дуже важливо, щоб ми в бомбосховищі, ми маємо інтернет, щоб ми мали доступ до ваших уроків.
And one of the things that my mother remember, which has significant impact on her, when one of her teachers messaged her and told her that they're in a bomb shelter. They have internet access in a bomb shelter, and it is very important to them to have such lessons because they distract them. They can sing in a bomb shelter and cope with the stress. And they also have some lessons with sport exercises. And that teacher said that they can do that exercises, but they do exercises like running off and back to the bomb shelter when the alarm began. So it's it was very important for them for such a support. It's very important for mental health.
So the teacher was in a shelter and she was teaching during her being at the shelter to other kids that were elsewhere.
Yeah, she was in the shelter teaching, and she was in the shelter joining this lesson, and with other children who joined the lesson.
Це була вчителька з Маріуполя. Ось, і, на жаль, в нас з 2 березня немає вже зв'язку з Маріуполем. Мій телефон має дуже багато чатів з Маріуполем, з Волновахою, з такими місцями. І в мене серце дуже болить, що з 2 березня вже з ними немає зв'язку.
So the teacher is from Mariupol. It is one of the main hotspots now, and this city is under huge attack right now. And since the 2nd of March, we don't have any feedback from them, unfortunately. We can't communicate with them, and it is very disturbing because we don't know what is going on with them. And a lot of our teachers are currently in such hotspots like Mariupol, Volnovakha, and there are no Rubizhne, and there just no any connection to them because of a huge attack in that area.
So you didn't hear from the teacher. So you heard from her in the beginning and now not anymore.
Yes,
for a
from
few
the
weeks.
2nd of March.
Одночасно я хочу сказати, що за ці 2 тижні у нас вже більше 5000 дітей зареєструвалися на нашу безкоштовну платформу. І Ірина якраз робила вже автоматизовану розсилку таку, тому що кожного дня приєднується десь 1000-1500 дітей на нашу платформу.
So far we have 5,000 registration from children, and every day we have more and more children who sign in for our program, around 1,000 per day right now, and this number is growing rapidly. So it is actually very happy. We are very happy that we are able to help such an amount of children.
І одна мама хлопчика мені сказала, що ви там робите, моя дитина в 4 класі, але він взагалі не хоче виходити з вашої школи. І у нас зроблено такий розклад, що, наприклад, діти можуть знаходитися в 1 класі, але якщо вони бажають послухати лекцію, наприклад, фізика з НАСА в 5 класі, то вони можуть і з 3 класу попасти в клас 5 класу і послухати фізику з НАСА. І таким чином вона розказує, що моя дитина нічого не знає в 4 класі про хімію, але вона ходить до вас на уроки хімії в інші класи, і його не можна тепер відірвати від комп'ютера. Дитина весь час в цьому просторі, там різні руханки ми робимо, дихальні вправи і інші інструменти ментального здоров'я.
And we receive very good feedback from our parents. For example, one of mothers told my mother that her child just stay on that lessons all the time. She is not able to distract him from that lessons. He's constantly listening some lectures, and he's very interested. He never have been interested in education at school before, and our educational program is built that way that you can join lessons from different grades. For example, even if you are in the 3rd grade, you can listen to a lecture for 5th or for 9th grade, and a lot of children who are young, for example, 3rd grade children, they join lectures for more mature children just because they're interested in that. They don't even understand what they're talking about, for example, in chemistry class, but they are just interested in that because educational program is built that way.
The connection is full. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you said that 5,000 children are listening like every day, but usually in usual times, how many children are registered to the school?
We have 5,000 registrations, but there are less children, obviously. It's about
200, у нас в кожному класі приблизно зараз на потокі 150-200 учнів. Одночасно і живим викладачем в режимі живого часу за розкладом займається. Це не уроки в записі, а це інтерактив живим викладачем.
Right now we have in each class about 200 children in each class, and it's interactive lessons. It's not recording on YouTube. It's interactive online lessons, real time, so they can communicate with the teacher, so it's about 200 in each class.
And in usual times before the war, just so I understand, I guess school is much smaller.
Yes, smaller, yes. It was like 10 children in all school. It's a startup. It's just
Innovation startup. Scientific науковий ліцей, Міжнародна зелена школа Чурюмова, це як стартап освітній.
Yeah, it's like they have been working for 1 year. So they just
Ми раніше 10 років працювали як кемп, Міжнародна зелена школа як кемп, і лише 2 роки ми працювали як приватний науковий ліцей.
They used to work as an educational camp, not as a school, and then they received an proof from government and began a school, full-time school. And
this year?
2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And since
interesting. Okay.
And only 10
so it's
children.
Really small, and now it's really success. Now it's like you give service to so many kids.
Yeah. So
because of the situation.
It's challenging.
Я планувала наступного року відкривати вже філії і масштабувати ліцей, після тестування, але війна нас заставила зразу дуже швидко масштабуватися.
Before the war, they had plans to open different filials in different cities, but the war began and everything has changed.
Okay, I get it. Can you tell me a little bit about the situation in Ukraine not regarding your school, but in general, like all the schools, the regular schools are closed right now all over the country?
In most cities, yes, and there are some online educational platforms that opened recently, like a few days ago, maybe 1 week, even governmental educational system, but all of them without interactive communication. It's like recording of videos, so you cannot interact with someone, with the teacher, and
Yes.
yeah.
І Міністерство освіти запускає, ну, зараз всі школи не працюють, лише деякі приватні школи працюють, і вже Міністерство освіти запускає онлайн-платформу з записами уроків, і це буде як міністерство, ну, платформа Міністерства освіти. Але одночасно є школи приватні, які теж навчають дітей в режимі онлайн.
So governmental schools don't work, none of them, but our government just started an online educational platform with recording of different lessons, and it's a governmental program. And private schools, some of them, I think it's like 5 schools in all Ukraine, they have their online educational classes right now, similar to ours, but they're a bit different, of course.
Також дуже багато є ініціатив окремих вчителів, які в ці важкі часи війни, вони почали навчати дітей в онлайні, вони в Zoom переходять, дають оголошення в соцмережах, щоб діти до них приходили. От я знаю, наприклад, одну вчительку 2 класу, вона достатньо літня людина, але дуже класна викладачка, і вона просто, її донька розмістила в соцмережах розклад навчання для 2 класу, де її викладає мама. І мама в Zoom викладає, і ну, така якби нетворкінг, об'єднання різних шкіл, виходить, і інформацію поширюємо, допомагаємо.
And there are some teachers who volunteer to work for free, all by themselves, not in a private schools. So they just make an advertisement that they can provide free lessons online in Zoom, for example. For example, my mother's friend, she's a teacher of 2nd grades, and she's an old woman, but she learned how to use Zoom to provide free lessons now to 2nd grades. So it's like a lot of people who don't know each other, they like working together in this whole network and providing free education to children right now.
І я знаю таких дуже багато прикладів, коли вчителі самовіддано виходять в онлайн і викладають учням, незважаючи на війну.
Yeah, and teachers do that from different places in Ukraine, even during bombing and other attacks. So just do it voluntarily without any pay.
Я хочу привести також 2 приклади. Вчитель англійської мови з приватної школи Ірпеня до нас прийшла викладати як волонтер, а також вчитель з міста Дніпра українською мовою Олександр Черкас. Він теж прийшов до нас викладати. І це синергія в дії, така взаємодопомога, знаєте, коли темно, то соняшники дивляться один на одного, так, і отримують енергію один від одного. От ця ситуація схожа на це.
So even our school received some volunteer help from teachers who haven't been working in our school before. They just ask if they can help children and joined our team as volunteers. One of the teacher is from Irpin, it's one of hotspot, and another one from Dnipro, the city which is under attack as well.
Do the children, how can they concentrate in such days? Do they want to study, or just they are too scared and too distracted?
Я думаю, що тут не так важливо, щоб вони були сконцентровані на конкретно якомусь предметі і отримали знання. Зараз саме головна проблема – допомогти їм зняти цей стрес і зняти надзвичайну тривогу.
So right now, the main task is not to educate children, it's just to distract them. Even if they cannot concentrate on a topic, it's just a way how they can distract from realities to reduce stress. So maybe if they do not understand topic or cannot appropriately concentrate on a lesson, it's just something which reduce their stress and help them mentally.
І коли вони навчаються згідно згідно рутини, згідно розкладу, щодня вони знають, що мають прийти, що в них руханка, в них є розклад, в них є така рутина, це вже є інструмент цього антистресу.
And knowing and having this everyday routine schedule is actually helping them, ground them, bring back to normal life because they have routine schedule education. So it's like a tool which can make this situation for them less stressful.
І кожен день рівно о 13-й годині у нас приходить психотерапевт і працює з дітьми, зі всіма дітьми, проводить дихальні гімнастики, інші інструменти. І вони чітко знають, що в час дня, кожного дня в них буде цей інструмент. І це теж їх є одним із елементів укріплення ментального здоров'я.
They also know that every day at 1 p.m. they have a meeting with a psychologist who talk to them, who shows them some breathing exercises and other tools how to reduce stress. So they know that every day they have an ability to talk with a psychologist.
Я батькам говорю дуже важливу річ, що вивчити математику ми зможемо після перемоги, а от вилікувати посттравматичний синдром набагато важче.
My mother has trying to tell parents very important things that mathematics and other lessons they can learn later after the war. But it is more important to now to cooperate with the stress, with the mental health, to avoid PTSD and other mental problems which can occur due to the war.
So how do you do that?
Як ви це робите?
Як ми це робимо? Мається на увазі робимо подолати. Я говорю, що весь наш процес під час навчання, він спрямований на саме різні інструменти ментального здоров'я. Руханка, арт-терапія, співи, дихальна гімнастика, водичка маленькими ковтками, медитації, рухові активності. От це воно у нас протягом всього навчального процесу. Обнімашки, як твої справи, де ти вчишся, в якому ти класі. І мені в цьому надзвичайно допомагає агенція Машав і ті тренінги, які проводить сьогодні Машав для українських психологів. Там дуже багато конкретних інструментів, які дають саме, як працювати з дітьми, з інклюзивними дітьми, з дітьми.
So the whole educational process is built on different tools, how to reduce stress. For example, the morning begins with some exercises, which is also reducing stress. Then they have some singing classes, art therapy. They communicate with children all the time, ask them how they're doing, what's new about their life. They teach them breathing exercises, little things that help them through the whole day. So, and also therapy sessions with a specialist. Besides, Mashal is very helpful. They help us to organize special trainings for psychologists, Ukrainian, and Mashal told them told psychologists how to deal with children and people during war and how to help them.
І ми запрошуємо, ми працюємо у партнерстві із організацією «Поруч» волонтерською і також із Інститутом соціальної психології, і їх психологи приходять і проводять практичні заняття.
And we also have a collaboration with a volunteer organization Poruch and Ukrainian Institute of Psychological and Sociology, and they have some specialists who join our team and have some psychological lessons.
І моя велика ідея – це навчити якомога більше психологів, психотерапевтів цим інструментам. І тут якраз ми співпрацюємо з МАШАВ і Міністерством освіти, і вже відбулося 2 вебінари, ми записуємо. І на останньому вебінарі скільки? 3000 зареєстрованих.
And another project we are currently conducting is psychological trainings, which is in collaboration with the Ministry of Education of Israel and Ministry of Education of Ukraine, Mashal, and we had 2 trainings so far, and we received more than 5,000 registrations for that trainings for psychologists, and Israeli specialists conducted 2 trainings about psychological assistance during war. So they educate our psychologists.
Yes, I heard about that. So that's really interesting, and thank you so much. I wanted to ask if you can send me the website of your organization so I can read more about it and understand. And also, if I can join a class, just, so I get some impression of what you do, It would be great. And also, I'm really trying to speak to more Ukrainian teachers and educators, not only from private institutions, but also from, the public ones. If you have any connections, especially...
Sure.
I would really appreciate your help, especially if they speak English, because unfortunately I don't speak Ukrainian or Russian, so it could be very helpful. So thank you so much, and we'll be in touch. Send me please everything, and also your full name, because I only have your first name, and I'll send you the article. It would be in Hebrew, but
Okay.
Thank you very much to you both.
Yeah.
And good luck. Bye bye. Be safe.
Nice
Bye
meeting
bye.
you. Bye.
Nice meeting you too. Bye bye.
Bye.
Значить, по-перше,